Hi everyone, I hope you guys are great. I wanted to share something today. I started working at a nursery recently, so I go there on and off, and the kids have started coming into school, to the nursery, and there was this little boy, and it was his, second weekend, and he was crying, and he was crying. And it reminded me of myself because I used to cry. And not just in nursery, I used to cry. I think I cried all through my school. I absolutely hated it. I hated the whole uniformity of it. Like, just be everybody else, wear the same kind of clothes, walk in line, and all that sort of jazz. Anyway, what I wanted to share was that this boy was crying, and he came and sat down with me on my lap, and I was singing to him as this child was crying, and I'm holding him. I went into the memory lane of how I felt when I was his age, and when my parents would leave me to go to nursery, and how I felt and how I didn't know how to soothe myself, and I cried for hours, and nobody was there to hug me or hold me or anything. But because I was a girl, it was okay for me to cry. But with boys, I don't think that they were allowed. I mean, that's so it's like they weren't allowed to cry because that would make them look weak. And I went into this space that I allowed him to cry. I held him, calmed him, sang for him, and I spoke to him in a way that I wanted him to know that he too can cry. It's so important to teach kids to express that what they are feeling. If it is the sadness of their parents going away, or the sadness of not wanting to be where they are, in that moment, if you do not soothe them, they look for ways to soothe their own selves. Either it is generally by crying and getting it released, or it could be that somebody could be there for them and allow them the space to cry, to release, and just hold their hand. And I've always felt like I, as a person, always needed somebody to hold my hand, and there was nobody. And that just made me feel like I could be that who I didn't have. And it made me so emotional. Like, I held this child thinking that this is me, and I'm holding myself. So it was so healing and powerful. For me, art became a way to express that feeling of sadness. But for so many, they don't get the chance to express or even feel that emotion, allow themselves to feel weak. And we are weak. We're pretending to be strong, but it's an illusion. We're not strong. We are meant to be weak. We want to be strong. We have to be strong for a lot of situations, but humans are weak, and it's okay to be weak. And in that moment, I just had that realization that I'm holding my own self. I'm healing my own self, because that's who I want to be. I want to be there for those who are like me, who didn't have that, what I needed. So I want to be that. And so if you have a child and they're crying, sit with them. Just sit with them. That's all they need. They just need you to sit with them. You don't have to do anything. You just have to sit with them and allow them to be themselves. And if that's what they're feeling in that moment, allow them to feel weak, because they're human. Teach them to be human, not heroes or superstars or Superman or whatever. Don't make them stronger. In that moment, they want to be weak. And I was there for myself, and I became that person that I needed. And so I want to be there for those who need just somebody being there.